Hi, it's Professor Moylan. In this video, I want to walk you through how I pivoted to all online instruction for the second half of the spring semester this year. I don't mean to imply that this is the be-all or end-all of how to do it or the only way to do it. Simply, this is how I did it. Maybe it'll give you some ideas of some of the capabilities that you have. The very first thing I did was I sent the students an email message that detailed all of the changes that we're going to do. However, if your students are like mine, and I'm sure they are, they don't read as well as they should, so I also put together a video message for them detailing all of the changes. I used our learning management system, Blackboard, extensively, and one thing that I did was create rooms or buckets or folders, whatever you want to call them, for our classes. So you see I've got over on the left there virtual classrooms, and so I had a different bucket or a different folder for each of our scheduled classes, although I left at the very top the link to enter the virtual classroom, so students could never say, I didn't know how to get in there, all the details there, but then separate buckets for each of the classes. One thing that I was able to do, this is the Blackboard screen capture for my entrepreneurship class. One thing that was great for that class, this wouldn't work for all disciplines, but for entrepreneurship, it sure did. I had a couple of guest speakers come in virtually. One was a local restaurant owner for restaurants, and he gave a very sobering talk to the students about how difficult his business is in this unprecedented time. Another entrepreneur that came in, although he was much more cheery and upbeat, was the founder and CEO of ImageNet LLC. He came to us from his home in Key West, Florida. Very successful startup. Started in 2000, now has almost 1,000 employees. The April 23 class bucket is especially illuminating for the kinds of things that you can do, so I'm going to utilize that one. You see at the top it says the Paint Night case, read before watching video, just some details about a little background information prior to watching the video on Paint Night. Now the next folder there, the Chapter 14 micro lecture videos. In most of the classes, I pre-recorded the videos, what I would normally be lecturing, and I like to keep them 15 minutes or less. I like to chunk the content so that we don't lose students' attention spans. It's really easy to do. You see there, I've got in the first one, Chapter 14, Growth Strategies, Part 1. Sometimes in the online videos, I'll have a quick little video introduction of myself, but a lot of times I won't even bother with that. It'll just be straight narrated PowerPoint, like the second one there, the growth strategies for Paint Night. Chapter 14, Key Terms Audio. This is so simple. You can record audios and then put them up on your learning management system. I use a program called Audacity. There's my lovely wife and 3 of our beautiful grandchildren, but Audacity is this great program that is free, completely free, and super simple to use. You simply push the red button to record, push the square button to stop. If you need to pause in the middle, hit the pause button there, and away you go. Looks complicated, but it's not complicated at all. And so I put together those audios for the key terms for all of my chapters. Here's one, quiz. This is something that's really easy. I explained this to a colleague, and you'd think I invented fire or something. This is super simple. I thought everybody knew about password protecting files. You probably do, but just in case you don't, what you can do is put together your exams in advance, put them up on your learning management system days in advance, weeks in advance, and then just give the student the password when it's time to take the exam. One thing that I loved about going online this spring is for grading exams, because what I did was I put together an Excel spreadsheet, an answer sheet for the students to type their answer in. This, of course, is only for a multiple choice exam, but in our real classrooms, in our face-to-face classrooms, they would circle the correct answer. There, I blocked out the name of the student. I don't want the FERPA police banging on my door. But now with online, what they do is they fill in the blanks with the correct answer, and then I just have it automatically graded. Here I see there were 139 questions in this one. This person got 123 right. Use conditional formatting to highlight the wrong ones. If they got it right, it's a 1. If they got it wrong, it's a 0. Add them up, and so that's where I got my 123 right. Really, really simple to do. The instructional video on how to do this is less than 5 minutes long. Super simple Excel functionality. You could do it easily. Recordings of WebEx class meetings. You probably did this, but just in case you didn't, you know that you can just hit record. You can set it up to automatically record, or what I like to do is manually start the record so that the first couple of minutes when people are just getting in there, we don't have that at the beginning of the recording, and then I just post that up on Blackboard for any students that had missed the class. So there are 3 of my classes, all for May 5, and I just downloaded the MP4s and then put them up on Blackboard. Relatively simple thing to do. Again, that's not the only way to do it, but that's how I did it.